Today the topic is wireless earbud reviews, and I'm going to review the surprising Realme Buds Air 5 Pro. Let's go. Okay, let's start our Realme Buds Air 5 Pro review. First, let's talk a little bit about Realme as a brand. It's a brand with an excellent quality-price relationship in terms of mobile phones, okay? And now it seems that they are launching themselves in the audio business, okay? Myself, I loved my Realme X2 Pro smartphone, okay? It was by far the best quality-price relationship smartphone I've ever had. Will these buds follow the same trend? I hope so. Let's see. First, let's start with the specifications and preliminary analysis. Okay. This case, as you already see, it's a fingerprint magnet, very glossy indeed, very reflective. Okay. But very good quality, very good build quality. Okay. So specifications, drivers, these are hybrid drivers. So these have a dynamic driver, 11 millimeters for the low frequencies, and a micro planar tweeter, 6 millimeter one for the high frequencies, okay? So this is new tech, okay? We used to have, or recent tech at least, we used to have a second dynamic driver or a balanced armature for the high frequencies. In this case, we have a micro planar tweeter, a 6 millimeter one, okay? Usually planners are very good at providing high fidelity in terms of audio, so let's see. But being hybrid drivers, these have definitely the potential for better sound quality than a single driver setup, but it remains to be seen. In terms of frequency reproduction range, they go from 20 Hz to 20 kHz, so the standard human coverage, the standard coverage of the human spectrum, the human hearing spectrum, okay? In terms of Bluetooth, this is supporting Bluetooth 5.3. It's the latest version. It's always a good thing, okay? Codecs, SBC, AAC and LDAC, okay? So SBC and AAC, it's the standard, okay? In which AAC, it's the better of them both. And LDAC, it's a high resolution or high definition codec, okay? In my opinion, the best there is currently, and by far the best of the three in terms of sound, okay? Controls, touch controls, okay? Standard, nothing new, okay? It's here. Very good, very responsive, but we'll talk about that in a bit. Battery life, we have 10 hours in the buds and another 30 hours in the case for a total of 40 hours, okay? In terms of wireless earbuds, these are excellent values, okay? 10 hours on the buds, way above average, which is around 6.5 hours. 30 hours in the case, above average, which would be around 25 hours. Charge time, 2 hours for a full charge. They do have also a very fast charging, okay? 10 minutes, they say, will give you up to 7 hours of playback time. That is nuts, okay? Currently, the fast charge times are around 10 minutes equals to 2 hours, sorry. 10 minutes, 2 hours of runtime. Here they're saying 7 hours, okay? If that's true, this is a real game changer. USB charging only, okay? No wireless charging. That's okay. It's always much slower to charge via wireless than via USB cable. I always charge mine via USB cable, so for me that's not a problem, for me personally. Gaming mode, they do have that mysterious low latency gaming mode, probably at the cost of sound quality or extra battery consumption. Multi-point support, up to 2 devices at the same time with LDAC, and that is only the second pair that I've personally tested, other than the Technics AZ60, that do support this feature of having LDAC connected on both multi-point devices. Okay, this is really an excellent feature for me. Okay, because I usually always have LDAC enabled, and I prefer to have LDAC over multi-point, but I do miss that multi-point connectivity. So in here, with these, I can have both at the same time. Okay, both benefits. However, and just like the Technics AZ60s, if I recall correctly, you cannot use the LDAC in the maximum quality mode, only on best effort. Okay, although these do allow you to manually override the quality setting, and so you can go into developer options in Android and set to maximum quality manually. You do get some Bluetooth breaks in terms of connection. Okay, so best effort would be it is best suited for this context of multi-point with LDAC. Okay, and another interesting thing, even if you manually choose the maximum quality, as soon as you disconnect them and reconnect them to your device, they will always default to best effort on the LDAC front. Okay, so keep that in mind. Next, we have IP5. We have the IP protection rating. It's an IPX5. Okay, so above the standard, which usually is IPX4. So this basically means they do protect against water jets, meaning you can train with them, you can run with them, as long as you don't dip them or soak them in water or submerge them in water. You will be fine. Okay, they do have in-ear detection. Here is the sensor over here. Okay, and regarding mono mode, unfortunately these do not support mono mode. Okay, so you can use a single earbud, but you will lose the other channel. Okay, in this case I'm holding the left earbud. I'm only getting the left channel from my audio source. Okay, it will not down mix the stereo source to mono, just like the Soundcore earbuds. They also don't do this. So this is only the second brand that I know of and that I've personally tested that does this, unfortunately. So they do support single earbud usage, but they don't support true mono mode, unfortunately. Okay, now that we have done our preliminary analysis, let's go over to the actual review. Okay, and let's start off with sound quality. In this case, I'm happy to report it's an 8 out of 10. Excellent sound quality for any kind of music. Okay, all frequency ranges very well defined and balanced. This was almost a 9, but unfortunately, for me at least, the bass delivery, it's not as good, as clean, as punchy as in the implementation of the Soundcore Liberty 3 Pros or even the Soundpeats Engine 4s. Okay, so really close. Okay, but not quite. Okay, excellent nonetheless. Fabulous sound out of these. Okay, maybe with an equalizer with more frequency bands, it would be able to get a 9. Okay, if I could just tweak that bass a little bit. Okay, but we will talk about EQ further down the line. Fantastic sound nonetheless, okay? Congratulations, realme, fantastic sound. Next, comfort. It's a 9 out of 10, okay? Exceptional. In my case, as you know, this varies from person to person due to ear anatomy, of course. But in my case, these fit like a glove. Exceptional comfort, okay? By far, for me, the most comfortable earbuds I've ever used, okay? You can train with them, you can run with them. It may be even an option for you for side sleeping, okay? Because at least for me, I feel very little pressure from these when I put my head against the pillow, okay? Even if they actually protrude a little bit, this stem actually protrudes a little bit, but even so, this part here is so comfortable in the ear that I'm almost able to fall asleep when in these, okay? So check if in your case you can do it, okay? I almost can. Excellent comfort, 9 out of 10. Next aspect, volume. It's a 9 out of 10. Excellent, more than enough volume. Just like the Soundcore and Soundpeats offerings, these guys have volume to spare, okay? You won't miss any volume with these. Next aspect, battery life. 8 out of 10. Excellent battery life, okay? So 10 hours on the buds, way above average, which is 6.5 hours. 30 hours in the case, above average as well, 25 hours. Total of 40 hours, okay? When you're using LDAC, you will drain the battery a little bit faster, okay? So keep that in mind. But myself, I've been using them for the last couple of days with LDAC always on for long periods of time. I never had any problems in terms of battery life with these, okay? So for me, these are more than sufficient. Very good battery life. Next aspect, ANC. It's a 7 out of 10, okay? So here, it's only good, okay? There are definitely better options out there when it comes to ANC. These do the job fairly well, okay? But do not expect all the bells and whistles from a top-end ANC on these, okay? These are just not it. So they do eliminate small ambient noises, and they do make loud environments much more comfortable, of course, but they are not top-notch ANC by any stretch of the imagination, okay? One thing they do have going for them, and for me it's a very welcome addition, is that I can use the ANC with a single earbud also, okay? For me, it is particularly useful because of the transparent mode, because I usually, when I go out walking, for example, I only use one earbud to be able to connect to my surroundings, okay, better. And even in this earbud, I can now turn on the transparency mode, and that will give me much more awareness of my surroundings, okay? So that's a very cool feature that these do have. Next aspect, ear tip replacement. It's a 7 out of 10, okay? So these are oval ear tips. Let me show you. Okay, but they are standard oval ear tips. Whoops, over here. Oval ear tips, okay? So nothing proprietary here. So you will be able to, although they are oval, which will always make it more difficult to acquire ear tips when comparing to round ones, you can easily adapt round ear tips over here. I have done it perfectly fine, okay? So no, this is not any custom design, for instance, like Soundpeats did with their Liberty 4NCs, unfortunately. Big downside for me, that one. The problem here is it's not the tips themselves, it's the case, because the case will not easily accept tips bigger than this one. It just won't close, unfortunately. Okay, otherwise it would be an even greater score here on the ear tips. So just keep in mind that although you can easily replace ear tips on these, not every ear tip will easily be accepted inside this case. Okay, so keep that in mind. 7 out of 10. Next aspect, personalized EQ. It's a 7 out of 10, okay? Unfortunately, and I'll tell you why. The EQ only has 6 fixed bands, although they are very well distributed among the frequency range. They do not allow us to control frequencies below 100 Hertz, which would be necessary in order to control that bass and maybe put it up to a 9 in terms of sound quality, at least for me. They only have 4 presets. They are good presets, but only 4. It's very low variety, okay? However, and this is a big plus about these earbuds react very well to EQing, which means that you can significantly alter their original sound signature, which is very rare and very good, okay? So in that aspect, these are fantastic. Unfortunately, there are not enough EQ bands for me to make it even more perfect in terms of sound, and only 4 presets. That's why it only gets a 7 out of 10. Next aspect, usability, control usability and range. It's a 6 out of 10, okay? It's just enough for me here. The controls are very responsive, okay, without any glitches, okay. They do support a confirmation feedback to you, which is always a good thing, okay, that the control has registered. You will hear a little beep. Unfortunately, they do not have single tap, and the hold button customization is very limited, as we will discuss further down the line. But unfortunately for me here, in terms of control usability and range, it's only a 6 out of 10. Next aspect, high-res codecs. There's no surprises here. It's a 9 out of 10. They are supporting LDAC, which for me is the best high-res codec on the market currently in terms of earbuds, okay? So it's a 9 out of 10. Next aspect, connectivity, multi-point connectivity. It's an 8 out of 10. Very good multi-point connectivity, okay? Up to 2 devices at the same time, the current standard, I would say. Transition between devices is instantaneous, and it does allow that LDAC codec on both devices at the same time, which is awesome, okay? The only downside is that you cannot use the LDAC codec in multi-point scenarios with the maximum quality setting, okay? Other than that, excellent multi-point connectivity on these, okay? Excellent. Next aspect, gaming mode. It's an 8 out of 10, okay? Very good. It does support the low latency dedicated gaming mode. From my perception, I haven't noticed any latency that would bother me, okay? But as you already know, I haven't done any high-level analytical millisecond measuring tests, okay? Just my personal perception, which in this case, it does make more sense to me. The downside here is, as with all other gaming mode supporting devices, it almost certainly is sacrificing some kind of audio quality or battery life, or both, okay? 8 out of 10. Next aspect, control customization. It's a 7 out of 10, okay? It does allow for a pretty good customization, but not the best. They do support double click, triple click, and hold. Single click is missing, and that's what I usually use for volume up and down, unfortunately. And the hold button customization is limited to either voice assistant or gaming mode, okay? So very limited in that regard. It's a 7 out of 10. Next aspect, we have fast charging, which in this case, it's a 9 out of 10, okay? These earbuds have well above average fast charging. So according to them, 10 minutes equals 7 hours, which is bonkers. It's awesome. I have not been able to confirm these values, okay, but I do confirm that they do have really fast charging, okay. 2 hours for the full charge, up to 40 hours of total battery life. It's very, very good, okay. 9 out of 10. Next aspect, we have Find My Device, okay. Excellent implementation of Find My Device, okay. They actually use the integrated Google system of finding devices, which for me is a much better option than just rolling out and implementing one of your own, okay. I am very much in favor of just using systems that are already very well implemented instead of just wasting your time and building your own thing, okay. So kudos for them for integrating Google's Find My Device system. They do save the last known GPS location, okay, and the warning sound in these is very, very audible, okay. Unlike other devices where the sound coming from the earbuds, it's actually very quiet. Unfortunately, these are very audible, so that was a very good surprise, okay. Very good Find My Earbuds implementation on these. Next aspect, we have in-ear detection, okay. It's an 8 out of 10. Excellent implementation, works very well. Here is the sensor, okay. It works really well, okay. Nothing more to say about this. You take the earbud out of your ear, it stops what you're listening to, you put it back into your ear, it resumes play. That simple. Very well implemented as well. And finally, we have wireless charging, which in this case, they do not have wireless charging, only wired, okay, via USB-C, as we have already seen, okay. So that's it for the sound department. Now on to the microphone department, okay. So in terms of microphone quality and call quality, for that matter, these are exceptional. Truly exceptional, okay? Phenomenal microphone. The best one I've tested to date, period, okay? They surpass the Liberty Force, okay, which was previously the title holder for my tested earbuds. Currently, these guys are number one in terms of microphone. Exceptional, phenomenal microphone. I can't stress this enough, okay? It works exceptionally well in all tested environments, okay? Controlled environments, light wind, very strong wind, light background noise, and very strong background noise, okay? As you already know, you can take a look for yourself at the mic test on these. The video will be in the description as well, okay? Phenomenal microphones. Well done, realme. Really knocked it out of the park as far as I'm concerned. Okay, on to the final score and recommendation. So in terms of listening, on the sound front, you get a combined score of 8.08, which is very, very good. Okay, excellent score on these. These came in third on my overall rankings. By the way, the overall rankings, as you know, you can take a look at them. The Excel spreadsheet is linked in the video description, okay, where I list and compare all the earbuds that I have tested. These are currently at number 3 on this dimension, just below the Soundcore Liberty 3 Pros, which currently are number 1, and the Soundpeats Engine 4s, currently number 2. These came in so close, so close, okay? That EQ, the lack of EQ bands, that lack of control of the lower frequencies, especially under 100 Hertz. They do have a dynamic bass setting, but it's not the same thing, okay? Other than that, exceptional sound on these, fantastic. In terms of microphone, you already know this is the new king of microphones, okay? At least from my testing, of course. The new king in my current list. Phenomenal microphone. In terms of quality price relationship, I got these in promotion for about 64 euros, okay? But they usually go for around 80 euros, okay? So this means 7.92 euros per quality point in terms of audio, and 6.74 euros of quality cost per quality point in terms of microphone, okay? Which is really good, really solid performer. In terms of my final recommendation, I gotta be honest, I wasn't expecting the first earbuds I've tested from Realme would have such a tremendous performance. In short, these earbuds are absolutely phenomenal. Period. These have the third best sound performance from my testing, just below the Soundcore Liberty 3 Pros and the Soundpeats Engine 4. And these have the best microphone performance, okay? So these guys have just dethroned my One More Piston Buds Pro Q30s as the best overall package for sound plus microphone by a large margin, okay? In terms of price, these are effectively a little bit on the expensive side when comparing to the One Mores, okay? I think the difference is around 24 euros with both on promotion. However, I do think they are worth the price difference, okay? Because the build quality itself and the performance are substantially higher, okay? So in terms of price and construction quality, I do think a better comparison, when looking at discounted prices, of course, a better comparison would be the Liberty 4 NCs from Soundcore, okay? And in that case, although the Liberty 4 NCs are superior when it comes to ANC, controls, and wireless charging, in terms of what really matters, which is sound and microphone, these guys have the Liberty 4 NCs beat, hands down. Hands down, these are better at sound and microphone. With these guys, if they had a little more on the EQ front, they added the single touch and the mono mode, I would say at this price, these would be, for me at least, nearly perfect. So, these guys are my new daily drivers, and as such, I couldn't recommend them more. Well done, Realme. Fantastic job on this product. I hope you keep it up. You just knocked it out of the park, being a brand that is not really an audio brand, doesn't have that much experience. You really, as far as I'm concerned, you really knocked it out of the park with this product. Amazing value for the money, amazing product. Well done, Realme. Keep it up. I will be looking for your future products in terms of audio, definitely. Fantastic product. And that's it. I hope it was useful to you. Please leave your feedback and share your ideas and opinions in the comments. And if you want to stay up to date with the latest videos, you can subscribe to the channel and click the like button. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.